Oh,
Whew.
we are live. And let me make sure I tag you, good people. Um, Sorry, it's a little quiet tonight, but trying to find my way. I don't. Here we go. All right. So let's get to the intro. And I beat the clock. Hello, it is Tuesday, good people, and we are back with some tangy tea live on this Tuesday. I am your host, Veronica. That was your bell of mine.
Man, you came in live.
So happy to be back with you all tonight. We have Vic White back with us. Yes. Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station, New York.
Yeah, there you go. 50-year anniversary this year.
Is your anniversary? What?
50th BLS 50th anniversary this year.
Absolutely. 50 years, WBLS, still number one radio in New York, right?
Doing it.
Still number one. All right. I'm tagging y'all right now. Just a second. Hello to everyone out there who is tuning in. Well, I can't find your name for team. You blocked me.
If I did it by accident.
All right, there we go. All right, so we are back with Tangy Tea of Life. This is where we talk about any and everything. And let me start off by saying Tangy Tea of Life is being brought to you by Greenleaf Cafe. And Greenleaf Cafe, my boy Jamel over there, and got a really nice chef. He throws down in the kitchen. Wayne, that's my boy. They be doing their thing. Greenleaf Cafe. Make sure you go over there. It's located at McLeod Fitness Center, inside McLeod Fitness Center, and you do not have to be a member to go and check out the cafe. You can go during lunch, breakfast, pick something up for dinner. It's all healthy and good. Greenleaf Cafe tonight, I had a salmon wrap, which is my absolute favorite there. My salmon wrap, I have cucumbers, green peppers, red onions, chickpeas, all of that good stuff inside my wrap. So delicious. And some kind of sauce that they make, ginger sauce. Delicious. So make sure you check out Greenleaf Cafe over there at McLeod Fitness Center. All right, in Florence. So how are you guys doing? Hey, Thomas. Hey, Lisa. How was your weekend? Victor, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, just
It's like we all kind of sluggish today.
What is going on?
I'm serious. I mean, like I said, go ahead, Vic. How was your weekend, bro?
It was just a day, man. It was 2 days. That was it.
See, you and the baby was snoring.
Yeah. Yeah, we was doing that. We was definitely
Snoring.
doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brother Fatigue.
White weekend. I forgot there was a tailgate, and a lot of folks was in Charlotte for the Dallas and Panthers game. My family went. I wind up forgetting because I needed to get a hotel because I had to do the radio, so I wind up not going. It's been kind of quiet leading up to a holiday. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of quiet. Like I told you, I just started the second leg of my vacation, so it takes me from tomorrow all the way to Monday, 6/22. So I'm mellow right now, but it's time to jumpstart this song B.
Okay. I remember being in the radio, I would always save like most of my time to the end of the year, and I would have like 2 weeks or whatever vacation and just be on chill mood until the start of the new year. But this year, I'm in chill mood for a while since school.
Well, you've been working hard. So you was working hard undercover. Got that, what is it? A degree, certificate? What is it that you received?
I'm a cloud massage therapy. Actually, yeah. So working hard in school. Yeah. So next up is my license to become a licensed massage therapy. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. I'm definitely excited about that. Are y'all gonna let me work on you? Or I can't touch you. I can't touch you, Victor.
No.
I know Fatigue will be all for me touching.
How you do around the world with your eyes? I like a feminine touch, but I know you. That's business, though. It's business. I need that. I would rather you. I just got a call from a place about stretching. Somebody recommended it, so like a free one. So
Stretching or massage?
stretching.
Okay, I definitely could do. I'm certified in that. Yes, so I definitely can give you a good stretch. Your clothes will be on for that.
You know I wear shorts all the time, so I'm no problem with that.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Stretch Armstrong. On the wrong level. But anyway, don't start.
Hello,
Okay.
Jill. Yes, Jill. I'll make sure I have you down because I know you've been wanting to stretch for a little minute. So I definitely gotta get with you. Hopefully you all better. Jill, did she have knee surgery? You had knee surgery or something, Jill, right? I hope you're better, my friend. Moving along. All right, so what's up with you guys? Y'all got a topic y'all want to jump on first before we get into this short email letter? It's very short.
Short. Oh God. So let's work it backwards then. Let's go with the email letter first this time. And then if we come up with a topic, we'll just jump out there with a topic. Unless Victor got something. I don't have anything today.
Yeah, I ain't got.
I might think of something, you know.
Yes, it's pretty short. It's pretty short. Okay, Jill. Well, I hope Jill says in August. I hope you're feeling much better, friend. Hopefully you're moving along just fine. My mom actually had a knee replacement. And it didn't take her no time, thank God, to start back moving and getting around. So, yep. So I hope you're doing the same. All right. So let's get into the email letter. Man, we're moving. It's 8:14 and we're already getting into the email letter.
Yeah. Work it backwards today. You know, let's see where we go.
Okay. So it says, Dear Tangy T, I'm reaching out because I'm facing a challenging situation in my own relationship. Says I've been with my boyfriend for about a year now, and as much as I care for him, I've noticed that I've become extremely jealous of everything he does. Even the smallest things like him going out with friends, talking to other women, or even just mentioning a female coworker can set me off. I find myself constantly second guessing our relationship and questioning his loyalty, despite him never giving me any real reason to doubt him. I want to be able to trust him wholeheartedly, but I feel like my jealousy is taking over and driving a wedge between us. My constant need for reassurance had led to arguments, and I worry that it might eventually push him away. This is what happened in my previous relationship, but I had reasons to be that way. My ex cheated constantly, so I was always feeling insecure and jealous of him around other females. Have any of you ever struggled with overwhelming jealousy and trust issues in the relationship? And if so, how did you manage to overcome these feelings? I'm eager to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks. So, I can say that I've never been in a jealous relationship that I'm aware of. I know I've never been jealous of the guy that I've been dating. And they've never showed me that they was jealous in that type of way where it came to
Sure,
not
you sure didn't trip up there just now?
what?
You didn't trip up just now? The guy you've been dating?
I'm talking about previous relationship.
Oh, I'm just checking. I just didn't know if you stumbled a little. That's all.
Previous relationship.
Just listening. I'm just listening.
Previous relationships, I cannot recall being jealous of anyone I dated. I think we all have a little teensy bits of jealousy within us, but not to the point where I'm like really jealous of you're going out with friends and you're doing this and that without me. I've never been that type of woman. Mm-mm. So, and you saying that your previous relationship caused you to be this way, you can't do that. And we say on this show a lot, like you can't carry over what happened in the previous relationship into this new relationship, or the same thing is going to happen with this relationship, this new relationship that you're in. Like, why? I mean, and I get it. You say you've been cheated on over and over from the previous relationship, your last relationship. I get it. But you can't carry that over to this man who have not even gave you a reason to even think that he's doing anything. We'll get further into that. I'm gonna pass it over to Victor.
So I completely, to be respectful, I completely disagree with everything you said. I do carry everything from my previous relationship into my new one. I may not act on it, but I have to take previous experiences in order for me to get better going into a new one, good and bad. When I first meet somebody, there is no jealous bone in my body because I really don't give a shit. We having fun, we doing, this, that, the other. But once we, start forming a bond, then I may start to critique things that you do and things that you wear a little bit because you are a representation of us. So if, I met you wearing this, now that we're together, I really don't want you wearing that anymore because I know the attraction that it comes. Now, I feel like, this is just me, every man wants an attractive woman to a certain extent. Once we got you, we want to try to, when you out and about, I feel like, I'm going to just speak on myself. I don't want you to be that stunning woman that I know you are if I ain't standing there right next to you. Not really that I don't trust you. I don't trust them niggas. I don't trust nobody else out there to be respectful, because the last thing I want to hear is you come home and you telling me this dude said XYZ to you, and the first thing, I ain't gonna lie, the first thing gonna come out my mouth is fuck you go out for. If you didn't think this was gonna happen, or why did you wear that for? So I think it's like a double-edged sword. But yes, the further I get into a relationship, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I act on that, but yeah, the jealousy does tend to come into play when you talk about things like that, like the examples that I gave.
Okay, let me do two things that you said, and things just a second. I'm sorry. So when I say you don't take things from your previous relationship into your new relationship, I'm talking about things like you being jealous of him. You're being jealous of him doing things and all that. Why? This man he's given you no reason to be jealous. Why are you taking that into the new relationship? That's starting things off crazy by bringing those actions into this new relationship. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what you're referencing to as starting a new relationship. It's just I don't want to bring bad vibes in a new relationship when it was bad vibes in my old relationship. And when I say a little bit of jealousy, I'm not talking about when I first got with him. When we first get together. I'm talking about later on, a little jealousy will pop out, here and there, certain things that they do or whatever. Yeah. 15.
I don't have nothing to counter Victor. Victor spoke about himself. I'm gonna just go to the letter. So the first thing is, and I think, just to give Lisa Gregg, I saw your comment. It was the same similar comment that I have, is that, sister, you already realized you have an issue. And you said that this relationship is fairly new, about a year old. His brother has not done anything, but you're jealous and you feel that you're going to run him away. Then you said that your previous relationship, you was also jealous, but there was a reason because he cheated all over the time. So I'm going to try to deal with this real quick. You have to heal. You have to, when I hate to use the word heal, I hate sometimes these cliches things, but you have to take time. Once you notice that there's issues that you have, that you look in the mirror, remember, when you break up from somebody, you have to look at if there's anything that you can do to improve yourself. I remember something Victor always said before. I don't want to debate that, but I do get that. I just put it to the point of looking in the mirror and not blaming yourself for the failure of a relationship, but looking what you could have done different and deal with that. You're going to lose this brother. You're going to lose him because nobody wants to deal with any unnecessary jealousy. That's it. You asked the question, have any of us dealt with that? I have. I've talked about this in the past from my ex-wife, not my late wife, but my ex-wife. And, there was a situation that went on and I didn't get jealous of her, but there was pain that came up. Pain, trauma from that relationship. And from that relationship, I took time. And I said, I took like 3.5 years, not only to find myself, but to also date other women to find out more, because I look back when I first married my wife, I really didn't date a lot of women or was in a lot of relationships. So I took time out to find who I was and also to date different women to find out their personalities and not to say what they bring to the table, but who they were. And I just wasn't serious about getting in a relationship till I met Honey for 3.5 years later to that relationship. And what happened, how I even heal better is and what Victor said, this is key what Victor said, that's why I zero in. He says, you do take certain things. Some things you can work on. You can work on things, but you do bring certain things with you because it's in your mind. You don't forget these things.
Yeah, but not like jealousy.
You can bring certain things. You can bring certain things that are triggers that can cause that. And I have to agree with Victor there on that one. But what I'm looking at is I looked at what I can have control of and what can I do. What made it better is I got with a person like you're saying, sister, with a person that didn't give me anything to be jealous. And the confidence in believing in her even got stronger. And when that confidence got stronger, it became a stronger bond. Of course, love came in there, but that was a growing process. It didn't happen overnight. But I didn't just look at her and jealous. And she came out of a tough situation, guys still calling her, this, that, and the other. And I had to step in on that. But she put everything in front. She was straightforward. So I didn't have to be jealous because she made it better for me. So I'm telling you, sister, if you can't deal with that, and you see your own red flag. Because last night, real quick, 2 people, females I talked with, I asked them, were they jealous? And they was like, they first they made the face. I was like, oh shoot, you jealous. And I was like, could you deal with me? No, Fatine, I can't deal with you because you have too many female friends. And that's cool. Put that on the table. Let it be known. Because I switched it to their friend. We haven't done anything. And if I get in a relationship, do you want me to cut you off as a friend? No, Fatine. Well, that's the same way. If I got female friends, I may move differently, but I'm not going to throw my friends away. if they're friends and they're valuable in my life. So you have to look yourself in the mirror, my sister, and realize that you're going to lose this guy. You're going to push him away. You said the right things if you don't change.
So I'm gonna say this. I don't think she's wrong in anything that she's doing. I think she's human. And one thing I will say, no one gets a clean slate. The only person to ever get a clean slate in my life was my very first girlfriend. And then everything after that compounded into, okay, this is, like you said, this is a trait here. These are signs to look for. You know, I commend anybody that can walk into a relationship with an open mind. That ain't me. I don't walk into a brand new relationship with an open mind. I walk into it and I see what it is. I see how you moving from the get-go. That's going to let me know whether I want to do this or not. You know what I'm saying? As we, go further into it, I start to look for other different traits that you have to make me say, well, I want to be with this or not. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather walk away than to do something that'll jump me out of my character. So when it comes to being jealous, I think that's a natural human emotion, but we just put a stigma on it. I don't want nobody playing with my little red wagon over here, especially if I had this little red wagon over here for a long time and this little red wagon been over here. I don't want you riding in my shit. I really don't want you looking at it too hard. But if I'm sitting here as a man telling you, yeah, I got insecurities out here, and I understand that my little red wagon over here, everybody want to ride on it, but I can't fucking monitor my red wagon all the time. So that's all I'm saying. I think jealousy is natural, and I think there's nothing wrong with it as long as you don't go overboard with it.
Okay, so let me zero in on a couple of things, and you put that last point there, because the point I disagree with you is you said, I don't think she's wrong, but now you came back about overboard. That's where she's wrong. She's saying she's wrong. She knows she's overboard with it. She said, I know I'm going to possibly push him away. She knows she's wrong. There's nothing wrong with having some type of jealousy, but to the point that it is out of control, that becomes the problem. And that's what she's saying, that I'm jealous and he hasn't given me anything. I agree with you, Victor, that we can all have a certain type of jealousy. We all have fears, we have jealousy, we have different things that we feel. But the bottom line, if we need to control it, and if we can't control it, then either we get help or we work on it. But we can all bring that. But you said it, if you go overboard with it, this brother doesn't deserve that. If he doesn't deserve it, she said it. He hasn't done anything to get this, but it's her that has the problem. And if she's saying she has a problem, then I have a problem with what she's doing.
See, I can't dispute nothing you saying. I can't, because the details that she gave is kind of vague. But if she is saying he hasn't given her anything, then I agree. That is the problem. I don't want to flip it, but we all know that we contribute sometimes to our partner's jealousy. When we telling stories, when y'all women put on the fuck 'em dress to go out, when you mad and you say little slick shit here and there or whatever. But I'm just saying, sometimes we do contribute, and I'm not speaking on her. I'm just speaking on another incident. Sometimes we do contribute and we play on our partner's insecurities, which the shit ain't really cool. And then we wonder why somebody drive their car through our front door. You know what I'm saying? And now you looking crazy because you done did some fuckboy shit. So that's just what I'm saying.
I agree with you on that one, because doing that kind of behavior can get you hurt or killed.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't have much to say on this. I don't know. I mean, like you say, we all have our own little things that we have going on inside relationships. Some things we talk about, some things we don't talk about. Some things we don't talk about with our partner, some things we talk about with other people. Like, girl, do you think, which sometimes that is what makes stuff happen within that relationship when we talk to people outside the relationship, and sometimes they can give bad advice and sometimes they can give good advice. You know what I'm saying? It's just up to you if you're going to take it or not. But we all have different things that we carry over from a relationship. I just always try to look at, like, going into a new relationship, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go in, I don't want to say not trusting, but, and I know Victor said this a lot, like he trusts no one. I don't know. I don't know. I just say to the female, do not do, you've been with this guy for a year now, and he have not given you one sign to be jealous when he go out with his friends or whatever the case may be, when he talk about a coworker, female coworker. Like, I don't know. I mean,
let me
I
say
think
this. I don't want to cut you off. Let me say this. To be with somebody, you got to know them. I was with somebody one time that there was just certain subjects that I just know I couldn't bring up. And I didn't have an issue with that because I wanted to be with that person at that time. I think I feel like you can be yourself with your partner, but you don't have to be 100% authentic and I should say authentic. You don't have to be unfiltered with your partner. Me talking about a female coworker is probably something I should not be talking about with my partner. There's other people I have in my life that I can talk about that too. You know, if I can steer past an issue at home, why bring that shit into my house if it doesn't have to be there? Why am I talking about some girl that I saw at the store that had on a red polka dot dress and I maybe held the door for and we had a slight conversation? The fuck am I talking about that at home for? In my opinion, that's stupid. If it's beneficial to my relationship, then that's what I'm gonna do. If I go out to the bar and somebody tried to pick me up, I'm not gonna sit here and tell her, baby, guess what happened tonight? I'm not bringing that shit home. Some people, they're that open. I'm not. I don't even want to hear the type of stories that if you went out. But if something like that happened, don't let that shit beat you home. You better tell me before I hear it in the street. Or I don't even hear it at all. Because once I hear it and you did from somebody else, the whole scenario is made up in my head of what I think or could have been said. And there's nothing you can do to change my mind after that.
So it can't also beat you home too. So it goes both ways, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're 1,000% right.
So
yeah.
How do you know when to talk about it and when not?
There's no, all right. So what I'm saying is some things there's no point in bringing home, but there's certain situations you shouldn't even put yourself in. Sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you just can't help it. But there's certain situations out there, and I feel like it goes, I mean, I might sound sexist with women. Y'all put yourselves in situations a lot of times that you cause your man to react a certain way. And then that is the downfall of the whole relationship based on you just being naive to some shit.
So Victor said a lot here, and I can pull out, like sometimes you pull out pieces and you can build on or you can disagree on. So one of the things Victor said is our mind. We remember things. And just as me and Victor being men, we see things. We've done things and we've seen things. I can't sit there and say what Victor's done, but I, as a man, we've done things, meaning that we've experienced things. We, you know, and you remember that. That is something that you do remember. I think that when Victor said about, you know, in a relationship, for me, in a relationship, when you make that commitment, I don't totally know the person, but I'm becoming to know the person. Depending on when you make that commitment at that time, you know, a marriage and all that stuff. And Victor is right. He has a philosophy, and it could be on his experience. Before Hanifa, my philosophy was one way, or certain ways, not one way, certain way. Meeting her, she became not only my partner, but my friend. So I could share more things. But a lot of women, what Victor said, ain't gonna deal with it right. They're not. They're not. So that's why I know, Victor, who I am today and how I move. I know a lot of women can't deal with me. And I understand that. So that's why I have to make sure it works. You understand what I'm saying? Because there is somebody that is compatible and don't, you know, and somebody that is going to walk that. Because sometimes when you get somebody in your life, and I'm not talking about messing around, I'm just talking about they even make you stand up and stand up even more straighter than you thinking that you think you standing up at. So it depends. Victor's right. It depends. You get somebody that is your best friend, you might share more with that person because you've never had a person like that in your life, and they don't fit the stereotype of a lot or some women. You understand? Just like with some women, with men, all men are not the same and all women are not the same. But we do use or judge what Victor says on our past and on our past or what we see and how we interact with people.
But trust me, we as women, we remember a whole lot too. You say y'all remember a lot. We remember a whole lot as well. A whole lot. Probably way more than you all remember.
I don't know about that. You may talk more than we talk, but a lot of times I remember some shit. I just won't say nothing. I'll start moving different. I don't have to speak on some shit on how I feel. That's just not something that I do. I'll just separate myself from the situation and just deal with it internally myself. And you may think it's this, but it's actually this. You know, that's just how I, you know, compartmentalize, you know, my emotions and my feelings, you know. But I like, you know, what Winner said, being open in a conversation, but being respectful to their feelings with what you talk about. And I 1000% agree with her. You know, there are certain things I know I just cannot talk to my woman about. You know, it might be a funny story that guy talk that I may share with the team or may share with, you know, somebody else, but I know I can't talk about that shit at the crib. That'll be, you know, emotional homicide right there. That's crazy. But
and Tyrone says we know when someone is talking about someone else far too much. Definitely. We know stories where you're telling about a coworker that you're sincere with. We know a story that you're telling about a coworker that's like, okay.
You know, I dealt with somebody who was married before, and they talked about their ex-husband, I know, at least once a day. And I told that motherfucker, I was like, well, goddamn, why don't you go ahead and be back with that motherfucker? Oh, I don't want him. It damn sure don't sound like it. Because, you know, it comes a time that it's almost like you openly even though I know you are, but it's like you're making it known that you're comparing the two of us to each other. And you're making it be known that there is a comparison going on in your mind. And I would always tell you, if you got two choices between me and something else, I would gladly help you choose that other thing, because I don't want to come second to shit. I don't ever want to be nobody's choice. I should always be the first one. I shouldn't say option. I should say your first choice. Let me say that. Don't ever choose me if you got something else you want to do. Do that first.
I think that if that's the confusion, yeah, I agree with you. I've been around a couple of people. I mean, even Hanifa, her first love was a brother that died, you know, before I even came into her life. He died in a motorcycle accident. And I didn't have a problem her talking. I mean, she didn't go on and on and on about him, but I didn't have a problem with that. Just like I was talking with a friend with benefits a few years ago, and her husband passed. And I told her straight up, I have no problem if you want to talk about your husband. He's not here. And y'all had a real good relationship. That was the relationship that was the catalyst over all your relationships. He was special to you. And you understand? So for me, I made it comfortable for her that you can talk about him, because I was never challenged by that. You understand? If she wants to compare in her mind, even though that wasn't the kind of conversation, she just talked about what she missed. I was not filling that void. I was not becoming her husband. So I didn't have a problem. And I was going through the same thing. I bring up Hanifa at times. You understand? But we do have to realize that when and how to deal with that, you know, especially somebody that is deceased. I don't have a problem, because sometimes they keep that with them. As long as they are respectful with it, I don't have a problem. I am kind of sensitive to those things.
Well, I think if somebody's deceased, you'll be more sincere to that
Who?
than you
Shit.
than you would somebody that's breathing. Than
No.
than being with somebody that's breathing live and well, and you talking about them every single day.
I wish you would drop a tear in this damn bed, laying next to me about some shit. Nah, you got to get up out of here with that shit. Fuck no.
Well, let me say something to you, Vic. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm not changing, Vic. But I mean, if you want your person to be open with you, and you got to realize, if you got somebody that lost a loved one and they tragically died, or they just lost them, not say tragically, they could have died from health or whatever. That love just doesn't dissipate. Now they moved on in a relationship with you and love you. That don't mean that love goes away. So if they do tear up, that you have a problem with that?
So once again, let's back up the winner's comment. Be open in the conversation, but be respectful to their feelings on what you talk about. So you cannot expect me to, I can't say you, a woman cannot expect me to be compassionate and understanding about someone that she lost, a loved one who was not a family member who she was romantically involved with. There is no way in hell that I'm going to sit up in here and say the right things. I don't even want to hear it. So that is not a conversation for me. I'm not going to talk about an ex-girlfriend that I lost, or that I might as well sit here and say, well, I should have made it right with my baby mama. I shouldn't have been doing all that bullshit. I'm not going to do that, because basically what you're telling me is, if this person would have survived, my black ass wouldn't be here.
And that could be a reality. Yeah.
It could be. So if that's the reality, shoot your motherfucking self in the head, and I can go on date somebody damn else. I'm not going to sit here and pander to no, I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. If you mourning somebody and me and you together, the fuck am I doing? I must be ain't doing something right. That's what I'm saying. It can go over any kind of way. I understand I ain't for everybody, but don't sit here and cry me a river talking about somebody you lost in your life and we trying to build. Man, go ahead and knock that foundation down, dog. You can build with somebody else, because I ain't want to hear it. I really don't.
Well, people giving their comments. I already said what I had to say, but Victor's speaking for himself. Yeah. I disagree, but I disagree for that for myself. But that's Victor, so he's speaking for himself. So that's him. I disagree, but for me, I have some more compassion for that, because I understand losing a loved one and being in love with somebody. Sometimes we don't just love one person and we just turn love off because I'm with the next person. I turn that love off, you know, and it's sentimental love. It's a different type of love now when you deal with that.
But if this is why I don't understand when and like I said, it could be different. If I'm in love with this person, how can I remember what another love feel like? Like if you my focus, like I understand, you know, family love is different. But if we talking about I'm in love with you, how in the hell do I have time to think about somebody else when I'm supposed to be focusing on you or
Because
what we got going on? Why am I even thinking about another woman? I don't. That's the part I don't get. And I ain't trying to do shit, but I really do feel this way. When I'm with somebody, I am with you. I don't think about no ex or shit like that. Shit don't even cross my mind. Porn, all that shit don't even cross my mind. Your punk ass is the only one that I'm thinking about. So the moment that one little moment of slight idle, what it said, idle hands is the devil's work. The moment your mind going to neutral and you ain't thinking about the shit you supposed to be, that's when all those other shit starts to come in your mind. I don't do that shit, bro.
Again, you know, if I'm in a relationship with someone and then me and my daughters get together and, you know, we go to the gravesite or we're just talking about good times, that's reminiscing. And reminiscing, you reminisce about different things in your life, sports, children, moments. And if you had a person that you loved before and you reminisce about the good times. You don't really reminisce about the bad times, especially if you didn't break up on the bad times. So I just think that, again, Victor doesn't do it. But for me, I don't have a problem. And I don't have a problem with a sister. If I got with a sister that lost someone or whatever, I don't have a problem because there's a way of doing certain things. You understand? You understand?
So you mean to tell me if you was with somebody and they lost someone,
right,
and they got to reminiscing and y'all together and she get to crying or whatever, you gonna sit here and reminisce with her? Or
I can't reminisce with her. I mean, I could be supportive. I could be supportive. You know, I mean, I went through that with Hanifa, which her first love is the first love, and it is what it is. I was not there, didn't know her, and this guy got killed tragically in a motorcycle accident. So if she's talked about it or talked about him and a tear came in her eye, I have no problem putting my arm around her because I understand. I can sympathize with her. I mean, I can't empathize, but I can sympathize because that's somebody I love. And I'm supporting her because she's feeling pain. And if that pain is for a memory to somebody she loved before, that's not here, I can have enough compassion to give her that support. I can do that.
You stronger than me. I give you that. You stronger than me. Cause I you know, I can't do that. You know, I'm with somebody and she lost an ex. And she was like, well, my ex birthday today. We ain't flying no fucking balloons here. I ain't going to no grave. I ain't doing none of that. Because if you wanna really do that, you're gonna have to do that with them. Leave me out of it. Don't try to include me in watching you cry and mourn over somebody other than me.
So would you want to know? So would you want to know that the person that she lost, that person's sister, they stay in contact. They're not buddies, but they stay in contact. And it's a 5-year anniversary of the death. Would you want her to tell you to be straight up, I'm going with a sister to the gravesite? Would you want to know or you don't want to know?
No. I don't want to know.
Okay.
One thing, see, and that's another one of my non-negotiables. I can't, even though I have dated people that's been married before, we ain't gonna be together I know we ain't gonna be together that long because shit like that happens. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think that I could go too far with somebody who's been married before for those damn reasons. I just can't. I couldn't do it.
I get with another, again, I hear what you're saying. I get with somebody else and it comes up to Mother's Day and my daughters want to go to Hanifa's gravesite, I'm going. And I'm not taking no lip because I'm not going to be disrespectful. But if the shoe was on the other foot, I can understand, especially when you have kids with the person as well. You know what I'm saying? So there's different dynamics. But I just know I could not absolutely say no, I wouldn't go, or absolutely say to the person that I'm in love with or we in love with one another, you can't go, especially if you got kids.
I
You
never
don't
said
just
nobody
stop
could.
it. No, I know you didn't. No, you didn't. No, but I'm just saying there's different scenarios, and like you said, do you change because there are kids involved? I don't know. You would have to answer that. I'm just saying I'm just open for anything that comes to deal with it. I just saw, and what made me say this, not really, Michael J. Mills said, hell no, she better go stay with them at the graveyard. And Michael, I don't know where you at, but for me, and I'm not going to get, up and roar, but I'll just tell you straight up, that's my kid's mother. And you better not be my friend and say some crap that to me, to my face like that, because we're going to have a problem. Because that's my kid's mother.
I think you missing
So to it.
I think you're missing what he's saying.
Oh, I'm just saying, if it's, you know what I'm saying, so.
I mean, it comes to the fact that you've been married and you've lost. I've never been married.
Right.
So, I've had ex-girlfriends that passed and they had a really big family and they have balloon releases and all that stuff. And I mean, their balloon releases was very successful without me being there. There's no point of me showing up because I wasn't like I was just this significant person. We just so happened to be dating, and things just transpired in a bad way.
Are you saying you didn't go because you was in a relationship? I ain't meant to cut you off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't go, and I don't feel bad about it. I just feel like there's just certain things, what is my focus here? If I'm trying to build with somebody, I need to take that person's feelings into consideration, because going to this, whatever celebration it may be, like I said, for Team, your situation is completely different than me. But going to a celebration like that, in my eyes, I don't really have a place there. We wasn't married. You know what I'm saying? There's really no need for me to be there. I need to be over here. I can send my condolences, but I ain't got to tell the woman who I'm with, every damn thing. But I just think sometimes we give useless information to people when we really don't have to.
Yeah. And Winter Shields, this is why I said, that's why I'm not going totally against what Victor's saying, but what Winter Shields says, not saying you can't, not saying you can't grieve, but how can you move forward in your new relationship if you're constantly going back to your grieving past? And Winter, you are right. When I use the word grieving, there's a point of grieving and stuck in grieving that you can't move forward. But there's a difference in being sentimental and touched by a moment. You're not grieving totally during the relationship, like if you remember the 50th anniversary or Mother's Day or whatever. But I do give you that, Winter, that you can't move on in a relationship if you're still grieving the past relationship. You're definitely right. You can't move on. So that's why people grieve, and some people say there's no timetable on grieving, and so it's a process. Sometimes I'll be honest with you, again, they may meet Victor, and Victor may be able to help them kind of come out of that grieving and put that more attention into him, because that's the kind of individual that he's moving in that direction. I just use you as a Victor in a positive way.
Yeah, because he ain't going to give them no chance. They just got out of no.
Let me tell
you, you using him for that.
I'm gonna tell you, I just thought about something. I remember this was maybe a couple years. This was a while ago. I was with somebody, and I never forget. It was fucking Father's Day, bro. And we was chilling or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, I need to send my baby daddy a Happy Father's Day text." I said, "What the fuck for? To commemorate the day you made him a father? The fuck is wrong with you?" I was done after that. The hell you sending him a Happy Father's Day text for? Y'all ain't together. That ain't your daddy. You gonna send this dude happy hey, I remember the day you knocked me up. Let's commemorate that today. Get the fuck out of here, man. That is ridiculous. No.
You
Go
are
ahead, because I'm waiting for your response.
so
You agreeing with Big
yeah,
Dog, right?
you know me, you know, so if that man and that woman are co-parenting and she's in another relationship and she takes the time to honor him being a father, I just don't have a problem with that. On the same token, I don't have a problem sending to the mother who's a good mother to my child a happy Mother's Day card, especially when they are young. Now, when they get older, you know, that stuff is weaned out of the place, you know. But for me, in that space, I don't have a problem with that. Especially, see, that's the whole thing. We get to this point that we get so selfish that we don't realize that sometimes we have children with other people and we have relationships with other people. And sending a happy Father's Day card just to say happy Father's Day and to give honor to that man that's standing up. We talk about men that don't do the job, that turn their back. So why can't you do acknowledge? And if the woman does say, hey, happy Father's Day, I don't think you're commemorating getting locked up. You're commemorating that he is a father to someone special to me, and he's also a good father. If he's a no good father, hell, you don't get nothing.
Well, it wasn't the fact that you sending it. Just don't like I said, sometimes people say shit and it's like, why would you tell me that? Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Like, it's I mean, like I said, everybody, you know, I can say one sentence in my mind, it sounds like this, and you two can take it two completely different things.
But if it beats her home and she didn't tell you, I'm going to your words, that it gets to, because that guy that she sent that card to knows one of your coworkers, and your coworker found out she sent that card, and it gets back to your ear, and she didn't tell you. Now you got a problem with her.
So when it comes to that, let's say this. Mm-hmm. I said a text message. You know, you sending a card, motherfucker. That's different. You know, I don't know about no damn card, motherfucker. Okay. We ain't together no more. But
I'm a writer.
And I'm like, I don't like, if you gonna send a text, just send the shit. Why is you telling me what you doing? Like, it's just certain shit. It's just certain things that you don't have to share. That's just what I'm saying. If I wanted to text, you know, my children's mother, you know, whoop the whatever, I'm not gonna sit here and the person I'm saying to, oh shit, let me text Tina right quick. I'm not gonna say no shit like that. I'm gonna just do it and keep it pushing. Everything don't need to be shared, because once you open that door and that person walks through, the room could be green, but I see blue.
But say, how about if you find out that she's been texting him like that? Would you be mad, or you just prefer not to know? But
I mean, I'll tell you this. One thing I ain't gonna do is stay in a situation where I think that it can be something else, or I look stupid. I'll leave. I'm not gonna sit in a situation where once I get up in my mind, like, oh, this motherfucker playing with me, I'm out. I ain't gonna sit here. We ain't gonna argue. We ain't gonna sit here and go back and forth. I'm gonna be like, man, this shit ain't working. And I'm out. It is what it is.
So we have a lot of comments going through, and I want to read two of John's comments that was kind of further up in the show. He says, you a good man for teen. I can't be with no woman that lost her man. I ain't got no shoulder for your ass to cry on, celebrating every year dude gone. Shit. Then he says, where is his next one? I met a woman a few weeks ago. She told me her hubby passed away 3 weeks ago. I was gone 3 seconds after she told me. I ain't about to Dr. Phil her ass.
You see Michelle's comment there?
Yeah, just a second. That's 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That is really soon. Like, you know, she's in the grieving stage.
How?
3 weeks. Well, if she really loved him, that was her husband. If she was still with him and they loved one another, you're not gonna be finished grieving in 3 weeks. I don't think. I can't tell anyone how to grieve or how long to grieve, but I just don't think that you can be trying to move on 3 weeks after someone that you loved and been with? And I don't know.
So you got to understand, everybody don't die suddenly. You know what I'm saying?
True.
John is not that old. So anything, some people, it takes them, they go in the hospice and it takes them months to pass away. You can get over that. Some people, your husband could have died. Y'all might not have even been together.
I just said if they was together and in love.
There's 1,000 different situations. But shit, if this woman is feeling a certain type of way and I'm going to tell you this. When I'm lonely or I'm grieving or something like that.
You said the right word.
What?
Lonely. And that's probably what she is right now.
And if she lonely, the hell she want to be, keep being alone. Go out there and meet somebody and let somebody knock your tummy loose.
She tried that with John. Getting worse.
He'll tummy knocker. He'll go, but you see, he ain't want to do it. But I mean, that is a turn off though. That really is. That's a big turn off.
Ooh, 3 weeks. Imagine the conversation in that house. You probably, on the phone or whatever, you probably would have heard her talking about him quite often. Tyrone says, man, as long as she's not trying to make me the ex, I can be compassionate. Tell me again, Fatine, what you was going to say. Who comment?
Michelle Grant.
Michelle.
Super Cougar. Thundercat. That's a damn Thundercat.
I can read it. I'm going to say Happy Father's Day to my children's father because he was an excellent number one father. I don't care if I'm married or in a relationship. Sending a card and text. If you don't understand, oh well.
Oh, card and a text.
So
Eddie's the number one father.
So listen, I love Michelle to death. But the last part I need for y'all to focus in on, since everybody focusing in on, what I said. You know what I'm saying? If he don't like it, if he don't understand it, oh well. That's the problem I have with that whole thing. You can do what you want to do, but you're telling me if I don't like it, so I have to accept it, which, I don't, but I get where she's coming from. I totally get it. But if we get into a relationship and you saying, hey, I want to be transparent. That's what I love to say. This is a transparency moment. Hey, I want to send my, children's father. I mean, you don't have to tell me, but I want to send my children's father a card and a text. And I'll be like, oh, okay. And leave it at that. That's cool. But if you say, I'm going to send my children's fathers a text, if you don't like it, oh, well, then it's F you. You see what I'm saying? It's all about the delivery.
Yeah, but either way you look at it, it's going to be a problem with you.
No, it's not. I didn't say that.
No?
I just said, if you tell me you're going to say we being transparent and you sending a card and a text, I don't have a problem with that. I just said that.
Okay.
But if you tell me that you say that and then you throw if you don't understand it, oh well, then yes, now I have a problem with that.
So I was just gonna go. I was gonna go somewhere, and this may trigger, but hell, let's go. So Victor said something, and and I know Michelle too, and I got a lot of love and respect for my sister, and I understand what she says. If you don't understand, oh well.
Oh,
that's
boy.
a trigger. That's a trigger statement.
So
on both sides.
You on Victor's side all night tonight.
All right, so let's just deal with it. So a lot of women feel they can follow me because
remember what you said, because you said this too.
I know.
Whoever's not going to agree with what I'm going to do. Go ahead.
A lot of women feel, because Victor zeroed in on something, and I agree. For us men, when you talk to us like that, our hair stand up on our back of our neck. And I'm giving it to y'all straight. The same way when we say that to y'all, it irks a nerve with y'all. Your reactions may be slightly different. But I keep telling y'all that when you talk to a man like he's a boy, it shuts us down completely. And then I'm not sitting there saying, we should be talking to you in a disrespectful manner because it can affect you too. But I'm telling you, and me and Victor have been saying this, talking to us like we some child. Michelle said that, and I get where she's coming from. But if she'd have worded that differently, I totally get what she's saying, because I said that today, that if I had children, I would send a card to the mother who was a good mother.
And
But I wouldn't put that.
Like it.
I wouldn't put that tagline if you don't understand, oh well, because if I'm compassionate about your feelings, I want you to be compassionate about my feelings. If my significant other has an issue, I want to deal with it, not to the point where, oh, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway.
But
once you do that, that becomes a big issue, especially with us men. Now, I can see it become an issue with women too. So it goes both ways. But I'm speaking as a man. When you say it like that, because I am going to be compassionate and understanding. But when you put it on like that, I've seen my mother and father change tones automatically and turn from a conversation to an argument. Well, I'm going to do it, God damn it, if you don't want me to do it. Oh, hell no. You going to talk to my father like that? Oh, hell no. And that's in the same way if he talked to her that way. There's a way of communicating, and we got to get better with communicating. Even if you're going to do something, there's a way of communication, because when you start talking to each other like with children, it causes major problems and it breaks down the communication because we shut down right off the bat.
And that's absolutely true. But I just want to go back to, you said the exact same thing that Michelle.
Yes, I did. Yeah, so, but I didn't put that quote in there. I'm going to do it.
But you said, the hell with whoever, she's not going to like it. The hell with her. That's pretty much the same thing.
I didn't say that. Where did I say that?
You did say that. You said
the hell with.
You said if my girls want to go to their mother's gravesite,
right,
I'm going to go. No matter who doesn't like it, you're going to go. So that's pretty much the same thing Michelle is saying.
And then I'm wrong. Then if I said that, then I'm wrong on that tone. That's correct. Then I can take that.
That's accountability.
That's it. That's accountability. And I'm wrong on that.
That's all I want.
I'm wrong on that.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Michelle is saying the exact same
thing.
Right.
Then I'm wrong on that. And I'm wrong on that.
All right. So John says, honestly, I think a lot of y'all using these children as crutch to hold on to these exes and folks that's passed on, because the churn be damn near 30 years old and folks still talking about, I do it for the churn. At what point y'all letting it go to get over / past them?
Don't y'all know? Hey, John made a statement. Don't y'all know that a lot of people still have bonds or hold on to those bonds because of them? Sure. They do. And they use that as, that's their crutch. That's their crutch.
Sad, but true.
But that's exactly. Thank you, Veronica. So sad and true, because a lot of times when we have children and there's some kind of love, or there's not, I'm putting in the emotion in there. Mm-hmm. There's always going to be that attachment. Always going to be that attachment, especially if it's not broken to the point of totally disrespect. But them standing up, they're always going to be a bond. Always. I go back to the movie. It's a fictional movie, Baby Boy. He had 2 baby mothers. And even Taraji P said, well, I know you're going to deal with Peanut, or I know so-and-so, because she knew that that woman had his child and they had a bond that Taraji understood because she had his child as well. So women know that there's going to be a bond. And us men are possessive, and we don't want our woman to have that bond because we don't want our ego bruised.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be when children is involved, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to be some kind of involvement. And if you're one of those females or males that, take the situation out on the kids, like you don't want the kids' father to see, you don't want the kids to see their father because he's now in a relationship with someone else, or you men don't want to come around the child because now she's living with another dude. Like, come on. The kids don't have anything to do with this nonsense. You still have to be there for your children. regarding.
I want to piggyback off what you just said, because I got to go to my girl, my friend, KC. She said, at what age do you stop supporting your children if the other parent is gone? I'm not supposed to show up for the child because they're 30. So, KC knows by example. She's a friend of mine. She's already spoke to my youngest daughter. My oldest daughter hasn't spoken with her yet. And it's the same thing if, for me, my daughters, Fatia and Rakaya, moms is gone. I'm the parent. I was going to always be there to support them. You understand? I don't put no time or age on my children when it comes down to certain type of support. You understand? They got to stand as women, and they got to stand, because I'm not going to be here forever. But people know me. Even when my daughters came down here, no matter what female I talk to or whatever, I introduce my daughter to everybody, because my daughters mean my world to me. And I'm always going to be there, and especially picking up some type of void since their moms is gone.
So I want to say this about what she said, and I read it kind of in parts. At what age do you stop supporting your children? Never. Yeah, I mean, long as you got a breath in your body, I don't think you will ever stop supporting them. And support means, a bunch of different things. If the other parent is gone, I'm not supposed to show up for the children. So that right there, I think you're intertwining two different things in there. I don't think no one would ever, I'll never try to get in between, a woman and her, her children, because the moment I feel like me and your child can't get along, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I don't, that it just won't work. It just won't work. I'm not going to compete with no child. And I know I'm going to lose that battle, whether you're with me or not. I'm going to lose the battle when it comes to your child. So I think in my opinion, she's kind of intertwining two different things.
And are you talking about in the beginning of the relationship? Or are you talking about even 4 or 5 years in the relationship and you get into it with the child? So
I've never been 4 or 5 years into it, and that's happened. So I think, and to be honest with you, I've never been in a relationship where me and the children didn't get along, because I feel like I know my place. If you got a child, I don't speak on your children. I don't speak on your relationship with your child. If you ask me my opinion, I'm going to always defer. You need to talk to their daddy about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the one, but whatever you decide to do, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to these 4 walls right here, that's completely fucking different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and not say things and speak on it if we're combining our family as a unit. But if we just dating, whatever decision you make, I'm cool with it.
Let me just add this to that, Victor. I mean, I'm looking at this because I've seen this become problems before. I'm not dating a woman who's still dating her grown ass son. What I mean is, you know what I mean.
I know exactly
that mofo is in the way. Why is we going out to a restaurant? Go back to baby boy. Jody, the mother was trying to have a relationship. He had a problem. And I'm just saying, so, huh?
No, I was saying, go ahead, without the movie situation.
Yeah, but the point is that if me and your mom's is going away to Myrtle Beach for the weekend, and then your daughter or son say, "Oh, mommy, we got so and so to go, and we need you to babysit."
Oh,
and you 30, 35, and 40 years old, or 25, and you understand? I can see if something comes up that is important. But what I'm saying is, some people have their children in their lives when they're grown, and it interferes with their relationship with their person, especially if that person is not their parent, they're the step parent. And a lot of children run interference, and a lot of parents especially women. I hate to say this. I don't see this with a lot of men. Not saying men don't do it, but women become more compassionate, especially with their sons, that they are going to cater to their grown ass son.
Because
And if that's the problem, I'm like, Victor, I'm out, gone. I ain't competing with him.
now, when you say still dating, because I'm confused, you say when you're still dating your grown son, but then you turn around and use the grandkids and say you babysitting the grandkids. That's two separate things.
No, that's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing, because I'm thinking when you talking about still dating your son, you're talking about a grown son that still live in the house with you, a grown son that you still taking care of, paying car note or whatever.
He's
like
your
that.
man. A grown son that you treating like a man.
Right. Okay. So now you threw the grandkids in it. So when it comes to grands, I'm not a grandmother. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I know they say these grandkids is a whole different type of love when you have your grandkids. Different. No, I'm not. I'm going by what Fatin just said. He said if
the son to drop off the kids sporadically to your crib.
Yeah, and we got something to do.
That ain't what he said.
Yes, I did.
He said if we have plans, we're going to the beach, and all of a sudden your son calls and asks, can he drop? Hey, Mom, can you watch the kids? That don't have anything to do with me still dating my son. What do you mean?
Yeah, because he's interfering, and then she's giving in. Oh, baby, my son needs me now. That's what I mean. Dating. He gets in the way. It becomes a competition. Y'all don't see it. A lot of us men have seen this with women that we've dealt with or seen on the outside.
And you know why?
That's what we mean dating.
You want to know why? Because a lot of times the kids are in the household with the mother. And not saying that all the kids, because we know there's still two-parent households.
A grown man, 35 years old?
He only had that mother's love.
See what I mean? She'll make excuses for that boy.
I'm not making excuses.
I wish I was there because I'm gonna kick his ass out.
Because what you said didn't make sense because you brought the grandkids in it. That's a totally different thing.
I brought the grandkids in as something that has to be asked. That's all.
But I'm saying if you would have just left the grandkids out and say we was planning a trip to Myrtle Beach and then he called and talking about he need a car, so now that right there would have been.
But if he wants to drop off the grandkids, then why can't the grandkids stay with their daddy?
I'm not saying that they can't stay.
Well, I got to change my plans because he got
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I was making.
That's not the way that you said it. That's not the way that you said it. But
I said what I meant the first time of dating I'm not dealing with somebody that is dating their son. And then I gave an example. If the son calls and you got plans and just say, oh, by the way, no emergency. I want you to babysit. And now my woman, my girlfriend, my fiance is going to say, wife's going to say, oh, we can't go to the beach because my son needs me. And he's 30 years old. He better find another way.
Okay, that's different.
How?
That's what I said.
Wait, because I was reading a comment when you said I caught the tail end. You still brought the grandkids in it?
Yes, the grandkids. You keep talking about the grandkids. The grandkids have nothing. Your son.
You're right. The grandkids have nothing to do with it.
So if that's to say, if your son is coming to you and you have plans with your man, you mean to tell me you gonna drop what you doing to cater to your son? Even though they want to drop your grandchild off.
I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, how is that dating my son when he's calling just to ask if I could watch the
because I gave an example of men of women of us men dealing with women that date their son, meaning they don't grown children that they cater to like they're dating them. That's what I'm saying. When you get grown, it comes a time. My daughters are grown. And the only reason why they was in the household because their mother was sickly. But Hanifa didn't stop doing what she did because they were grown. She didn't cater to them. She did what she had to do as a mother, but she didn't allow that to affect her life. And what I'm saying is sometimes we date women that have grown kids, especially grown sons, that they seems like they're dating because they get in the way of our relationship. That's what I meant. Yep, Jewel, you're right. If it's an emergency, that's definitely different. Of course, we definitely.
Ain't no damn emergency. Ain't no damn emergency.
You never know, Victor. It could be an emergency.
What?
If it is
Call
an
the
emergency,
granddaddy. Call the granddaddy then.
How about if the granddaddy's not living?
Or call
How about
somebody
if she's
else.
the only support system that they have?
And what if we live on Uranus? I don't know. You keep coming up. Call the
But
granddaddy.
you're coming
We
up with
busy.
scenarios, but I can't.
I just said we busy. I just said we got plans. If we got plans, we busy. Now I got to jack off in the bathroom because this little motherfucker want to run around the house. No.
and what's that, Carl? It's not
Yeah.
jealousy. It's not jealousy when a grown man is still in their mama house at 35, unless there's a situation, he lost his job or something that gets in the way of your parent, a relationship with another grown person. That's a problem. That ain't even damn nothing about no damn jealousy.
And we talking about men. We ain't talking about your daughter call. Your daughter call, that might be a little different. I'm a little bit more compassionate when it comes to them
That's
girls.
not fair.
Yeah, it is fair.
How? They're both your kids.
But that's fair to me. My son called me, nigga, get it how you live it, the best way you can. Them girls call me, hey man, we got to make a stop right quick. I'm going to see about these damn girls. The boys, shit. Oh well. And that's the problem it goes both ways. You know, there's women out there that say, he always catered to his daughters. It goes both ways.
How
But I'm
go
gonna tell you
both
right
ways?
now,
You said,
for my girls, I'm gonna stop. That boy, them boys. Fall by the wayside.
Nicole said nowadays you can't be mad because rent too damn high. That's true. That is true.
Hey, you see what Mike said? If my daughter called me and say, "Can you watch your granddaughter?" All my plans in. And Mike, I understand that.
Fatine, are you cool with that?
No,
Okay.
No. I'm not cool with that. No, I
Well,
saw
let
it.
that
I
boy.
just didn't feel like because me and Mike is good. No, I don't. If you call me to watch your granddaughter and I got plans and now she wants to go out with her girls, no, I'm not dropping my plans. Now, if it's something important, yeah. But no, we're not dropping no plans if it's like, oh, I didn't know. When you call me and say, baby, could you watch Little Stephanie? I just use the name, right? And we say, we got plans. You should have enough respect to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you had plans. But if you still going to insinuate to make me not do my plans, that's disrespectful and insensitive, especially if it's not an emergency. So we drop our plans so you can go do your plans. Oh, hell.
And
Now,
We done raised y'all as kids. We done raised y'all to grown people. Now it's your time. I ain't raising y'all. I ain't raising my grand. I love my grand. I'm going to take care of my grand when I need to. But I ain't going to let you come in and interfere in my life where you got to be a parent now. Because I didn't do that to my parents.
ask Mike if he got a grandson. He ain't gonna get that grandboy.
yes, he will.
Shit. Ask him if he got a grandson. He just said exactly, Vic, my granddaughter has me wrapped. That grandboy ain't got him wrapped. Because I got a 1-year-old. And my son be running around here and I just be looking at him sometimes like, boy, if you don't sit the hell down, some damn way. But them girls, come on. Sit right here. That
My daughters always call me, and if it's not important, they know I'll drop any and everything if it's important. First thing, Daddy, are you busy? Soon as they ask me, it's usually not. But I always ask, is it important? I always answer their calls or call them right back. Daddy, are you busy? They're giving me that respect because they know if they need me, I'm going to drop everything. But they give me that respect on what I'm doing. And that's where it goes. They're grown. So give me that same respect that I'll give you. If I need to drop it, I'll drop it like that. But give me the respect, Daddy, are you busy? Because if it's not something important, then if I'm busy, then I'll get back to them. Give me that same respect. Stop saying of using that as a crutch that, oh, I got my father wrapped around, and if I call him, he gonna do whatever I want. That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit.
I mean, even at my age, I still ask my parents, all right, what are y'all doing today? I make sure they're not doing anything. Like if I want mom to ride with me somewhere or whatever, like I ask first, like, what are you doing? That's out of respect. Just like you said, like, don't just call and say, hey, I'm dropping the kids off. Okay, no. Nakia says, well, everybody's situation different. Some people are raising their grandkids, and that's true.
Yeah, that's a different whole scenario. That's not what I'm talking about, but that's.
But she's right. She's right.
And Mike, please stop. Y'all may look alike, you and Victor. Y'all may act alike, but please stop because you know you're lying. I know you. Okay.
No, he said he just got a granddaughter.
I thought he was saying no, he'll just get the granddaughter.
No, he just said no. I asked him, did he have a grandson too? He said no, just a granddaughter.
Oh, okay. So Cheryl says my grandkids come first.
That's right.
And John says some of y'all gonna die alone running behind them children. The children living their best life and y'all canceling y'all's. I don't know what FTK mean. I'm not that.
That's them kids.
Oh,
them kids.
Tyrone says, I don't think I'll drop my plans, but I don't have that experience.
And that's another
Appreciate
thing, you know.
Appreciate that, Tyrone. That's
Cheryl says it doesn't matter if it's grandson or granddaughter. I love them the same.
That's bullshit.
For
Listen,
you.
Everybody got a favorite. I don't give a damn. I just say, I remember I was glad when Dion did the ranking of his kids because that put in perspective what I've been thinking my entire life. Now, I'll die for each and one of them, but I do have my favorites. So I just say that. I got 4, 2 boys and 2 girls. And let's just say the oldest boy is running a dead last race. And he's so far down way back there. And the other 3, it's a close race with the 3. But that boy in the back.
interesting. That's an interesting point. I don't want to get personal with that. But you know, when my first was born, you know, and just having the first, I was fearful of having the second one because I questioned myself, could I love that child as well as I love my first? But when Rakaya came, she was like a little bird that love came. So I'm not sitting there saying, you know, one over the other, but there was a different, I don't want to use the word different type of love. The love I had for my firstborn, the love that I had for my secondborn, honestly leveled it up to my daughters that even now, I was even telling Sister KC earlier today, I enjoy my daughters because I get something out of them both. So when Rakaya calls me or Fatia calls me or vice versa, sometimes they on both, I love my daughters, but I get something from them that is unique from who they are and their personalities that I love them and I don't distinguish, you know, and when I use the word, I don't feel distinguish between them. They both have pros and cons. Some are special in one way and another. Fatia can sing. Rakai is an artist. You understand what I'm saying? So I get this, and I enjoy both of them, raising them. And again, I'm so glad to be in their life even to this day. You know, I didn't come back in their life because their moms passed. I was always there when they got spanked on their ass and they did their first cry.
Well, I mean, I'm my parents' favorite.
That's a lie. I already talked to them. I already know who their favorite is. And each one of them is somebody.
You want to smoke something? I got something here to smoke.
Some people ain't gonna tell you that they favorites, but I make it be known who my favorite child.
We know the baby girl.
It ain't her no more. She don't.
She
done got replaced. She done got replaced.
Oh God.
Adriana is running first place right now. She take care of her brother. Her and her brother be doing all this and all. I said,
the baby girl ain't got time.
No, she ain't got time for no damn body. She come over here and give me her itinerary where every place she need to go now. So, yeah.
Nicole says, treat all the kids the same. If not, will cause friction in your household.
You can't.
Some people do favor other kids. They do. And they don't, and sometimes they won't admit it, but it's the way they treat them. They do. Some do. Not all, but some. You can see how they talk, which one they call on more, which one they give more responsibility to. It is a favoritism there. And some, yeah. Some parents do that.
I think I get where she's coming from, but I cannot treat four different people the same way. I just can't. You know, they're different ages, they're different genders, and they just four different people. You know, I have to exclude my baby out of the deal because, you know, he's completely neutral. But like the team said, if I want something done, I ask my son to do it. If I want something done the right way, I ask my girls to do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between the two. That damn boy, he just gonna do it and try to hurry up and do it. And I just know I'm just gonna get pissed off. So I just ask one of the girls and they'll just do it. So yeah.
And you said somebody put up there about favorites, that there is no favorites. There at times there are favorites. There's reasons why, and sometimes you don't even realize it till somebody points it out.
She probably saying you shouldn't say favorite out loud.
Who?
So
I let it be known. Hey man, I let it be known. They know. Listen.
They know how they treat it. They should know.
No, they might not say it.
You don't want to show it.
They know. I bet you if you had a conversation with your siblings about who they thought they was the favorite, they could probably tell you
exactly
whoever it may be. They will tell you the instances where whoever their choice was and why.
I'll agree.
So John says, let's see, most women treat their sons as their man, and the sons never grow up looking for a wife. He grow up looking for another mammy. Most women raise their sons to be the man they claim they don't want.
Facts. I agree with that.
Oh yeah, I gave the bell.
There ain't no man in that house.
You said if
man in that house.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, if there's no man in the house, if the father's not around, if the mother did the raising of the son, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't want that, but a lot of times that's how it turned out because the son is always with the mother and been with the mother from day 1 or day 20, whatever. And so that's just how it falls. Jessica says, I know mothers like that with their grown children, a daughter and a son. Yeah. I think I missed some comments. I can't really see all of them that's coming through. No, what Cheryl says, John. I think she responded to John. You had that, but you left her and her deceased husband at the bar. You're right. I can't believe I agree with you. I give you the benefit of the doubt every now and again. Mike says, oh, I was the one that was supposed to be in and out of jail, out all my brothers and sisters. Oh, so you're saying you're the favorite, Mike? Say it out loud and I will tell it.
No, he's not saying that he was the one that was supposed to be in and out of jail. Out of all his brothers and sisters, I guess he was supposed to be the bad one.
No, Tyrone says each kid needs different levels of attention too.
That's facts. And attention, sometimes attention shows favoritism or can be perceived as favoritism. I should say that. I totally agree with him.
I've seen family members get into a little debate of argument about You treat this one way, mommy, and you treat that one that way. Kids know. They see, they feel, they know who has the more responsibility, who's the one that runs the house, who gets to do this, who gets mommy to. They know this. Not rocket science.
They know it. Trust me, they
Know
know it.
this. Y'all don't want to be honest about it, but sometimes not everybody lean towards that.
Thank you.
Happens.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they know that, but it's how if you're speaking it out loud so the kids can hear you say that they're the favorite. That's what they're talking about.
It's the truth. Sometimes you got to understand when it comes down to doing things with children, sometimes age plays a part into it too. Now, having multiple children, when you have kids that are active and two kids have the two events that's roughly the same, and you're only one person, it's very hard that you're going to have to make a choice, because neither child, you shouldn't say, well, nobody ain't going no place because I can't be there. There has to be a choice made. And normally you go with the younger one and you tell the older one, I'll catch the next time, or you understand. It depends. It really, I'll tell you this, I will more or less lean towards my girls doing things with them. And I would have a conversation. I have had a conversation with my son and be like, listen, man, you'll understand this when you get older, that when it comes to girls, I got to do this for them. I can send your mother or your grandmother, somebody gonna be there with you, but I got to be there for your sisters. I just got to. If there's a choice, I'm gonna pick them girls every single fucking time. I'm just gonna do it. And he knows this and he understands this.
Well, at least you had that conversation with him. That's important. Cheryl says, I feel like I'm my father's favorite, but my sister is my mother's favorite, but they would never say it, and they better not.
See, she know it.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why the other ladies in the comment, they're saying the same thing. Yeah, they know it, but as long as the parents don't say it out loud, like you, Victor.
Hey man, I'm honest. You could be honest in these four walls if your last name is White. If your last name ain't White, you better keep your opinion to yourself. But you can be honest here as long as you are white.
Mike, you did not tell your mama that. No, you didn't. I told my mama still to this day, my brother is her golden son. You think your brother's
the oldest?
Yep.
His brother the oldest?
Yeah. Right, Mike? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example real quick, but this is the scenario. My mother first son was born down here. My mother didn't raise him. Her aunt raised him. So when I came along, we didn't have the same father, I lived with my mother. My brother felt that why did I get chance to be raised by our mother and he didn't? That became an issue. That became an issue. He never even called her mommy or ma. He never did. He never. And he didn't hate her, no. But you could tell the difference. And he knew this. And we get that a lot in the South. A lot of parents migrate to the North, have children, don't make enough money, and let somebody in the South raise them. But then they have other children up there that some children stay there. So children feel and see and feel certain things. I would not, if my brother, and I knew he felt that way, but he didn't take it out on her, no. But he didn't call her mom, and I asked him. He didn't look at, he knew that was his biological mom. He respected it as a mom. But he didn't call her mom because she didn't raise him. That's the reality, y'all. It's real.
So, no, not Tyrone. I think it was No. Someone had a comment. Cheryl, the child you show less favor to are the child who does the most for you.
That's true.
Mhm. All right. What are y'all closing thoughts on the letter? We're getting out early tonight, huh?
Good. 'Cause I ain't get me some
I feel like, honestly, you know, I think jealousy is a common thing, even though it's one of the seven deadly sins. I think being jealous is just something that we've it's something that is just a natural human emotion. Um, Once you get somebody, and I'm gonna use this as a scenario that I've heard women say. You take a man off the street, and we just speaking. You take a man off the street, you spruce him up, you grease him up, you get him from being unashy, you clean him up, you got him walking straight, looking good. He doing this, you do all this other for another woman to admire your man. Why the fuck would you not be jealous over some shit like that? Once you domesticate us, I understand you don't want us out there and about. You may not say anything about it, but it's still in the back of your mind. Why he want to go hang out with Chad now when he can sit up in here and watch Netflix and rub my booty with me? What kind of shit is that? And if a man get to hanging out each and every weekend, the jealousy will show up. You're going to sit here and call it something else, but that's exactly what it is. So when we start spending time with other people, the jealousy show up, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. She says that she sees it, so I can't disagree with the scenario that she gave. But if she says that she sees it as a problem, then it probably is a damn problem. But I think jealousy is normal in a relationship as long as it's not too overboard.
Cheryl said, leave him ashy.
Hey.
So I'm kind of following Victor's thing that you and I said it earlier. You said, my sister, that you know that you have an issue, and like Victor, we all have certain emotions. It's to the point that one emotion runs amok. It's like cancer. Cancer is one cell that it just outgrows and it just multiplies and multiplies. That's cancer. And just the same thing. If we eat too much, gluttony. It's got to be controlled. And what Victor is saying, that there's a form of jealousy that we all have. The point is it under control? And from my perspective of this letter, it's not under control. And you were hurt from a prior relationship, which stems to now you don't trust this brother who isn't giving you anything to not trust him on. That's a red flag, my sister. You got to deal with that. If you can do it by yourself, fine. If you can't, and get help, because you're gonna not only run this good brother away. If you don't heal and get help, then you're gonna run or you're not gonna attract other good men too. That's all
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you, ma'am, for writing your letter. We appreciate you, and hopefully we gave you some good advice, decent advice, or whatever. But yeah, I'm with Patine on that. Like, you don't want to run this brother away, especially if he have not given you a reason to think that way. So just try to ease your mind. Like, whatever's done in the dark will come to the light. I'm a true believer that if something is being done, you will find out, whether it's next week, next year, 3 years from now, whatever. But I just feel like you just need to like pump your brakes, calm down, and just live life. Just all this jealousy, and you worrying about where he's going when he leave the house or who he's talking to and all that. Like, I don't know how old you are, but I know at my age, like I'm not trying to get involved in in that and worrying about those things at my age when I get with someone. But I I mean, sometimes we can't help our feelings and how we feel, which we should, but wish all the best to you. And if this relationship is meant to be, it will be. So just don't try to look for something to be going on when there's no evidence of it going on. All right. And on that note, thank y'all all so much. We appreciate y'all for joining us tonight and each and every Tuesday. We appreciate y'all so much. A lot of comments been coming through. We appreciate all of your comments. If you would like to be a guest on the show, if you have an email letter you would like to write in, if you have a topic suggestion, go to tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. Tyrone, I thought you was coming on tonight. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up over there at YouTube as well, so that you can be, you can watch over there if need be. Everybody is not, on Facebook or whatever, but we appreciate all of you so much. Brother Fatigue, WBLS radio station, New York. Appreciate you. Vic White, my brother, thank you so much. Appreciate you every week. Yes. All right, guys. Have a great, safe week and weekend. Yes, it is the holiday season. A lot of people on the roads, shopping. A lot of people are visiting loved ones, traveling. Just make sure that you be extra safe out there and love up on one another. All right, love up on one another. Not just the holiday season, but always. But when the holidays come around, we all just get a little more mushy. All right. But until next time, thank y'all so much. We appreciate you. You don't get mushy, Vic?
When? During the holiday season?
Mm-hmm. Or anytime.
I mean,
I get mushy.
Listen, not during the holiday season. No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another. Like I said about the letter, what was a couple weeks ago. It's the days that
outside of the holidays.
Outside of the holidays is the tough ones.
Yeah.
Holiday season, I guess people supposed to, but you got 350 something other days of the year, other than the 9 holidays. That yeah. So no.
Yeah. You get mushy, don't you, Fatine? You stay mushy.
Mushy, and trying to get gushy too. I'm on vacation.
Alrighty then. And on that note, we will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all so much for watching Take It Tea of Life. Have a good night.